Shot shaping. Is it worth it to draw or fade, or should you just hit it straight? Let's talk about that right now. All right, hey guys, I'm Brady and this is Tyson with Golf Ascending. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We create weekly golf content and we'd love for you to be a part of our little golf community. And today we're talking about shaping shots, right, Tyson?
Yeah, so this has always been something kind of on my mind of something that I want to achieve in golf. We see, on tour, on PGA Tour, on the Korn Ferry Tour, like all good golfers will manipulate the flight of the ball in order to either avoid a hazard or to make a more optimal landing spot for the ball on the green. And, some of the greats that do it, Bubba Watson. I mean, with driver, he takes it and just banana slices.
They're beautiful. Much good footage of Bubba Watson shaping shots.
Bubba's a big one. Tiger, the butterfly swing. I think that's what they call it. And, he just, anyone who can shape the ball just has that much more of an advantage because, you're telling the ball what it's going to do. And it's going to obey you for the most part. So we just want to kind of get in here and kind of talk about why it's beneficial to do that. And so I've recently straightened out my swing. This was one of the requirements I needed in order to start shaping shots. Because if I have a natural slice or hook, shaping a shot isn't going to do anything. I need to learn how to hit the ball straight first. So
that's what I'm trying to do.
Once I kind of got a hold of that, I started tinkering around a little bit, seeing how I could manipulate the flight. And so we actually went out to Ranches Golf Course in Eagle Mountain, Utah.
That's our course.
Yeah, and we'll just take you out there right now and hear from me in the past. Hey guys, out here at Ranches Golf Course in Utah, Eagle Mountain, we've got hole number 13 here. It's a par 5, pretty long one. And the reason why this hole is tricky is because the alleyway into the green is very narrow. And so as you can see just over here, off to the right, it's very skinny, but it kind of goes back to the left. And so what I want to talk about here is why it's beneficial to hit. For me, it would be a fade, but for any right-hander, it would be a draw. And the reason why it's beneficial is because when you hit this particular shot, the green opens up and your landing place is a lot bigger. And so, your margin of miss is, a lot bigger and you're more likely to have a good shot. So I'm actually going to hit an 8-iron here. This is at that 135 mark. And I'm going to try to hit a little bit of a fade into that green. So let's go. All right, guys, so as you can see, ball mark was here. Okay, ball rolled out here. So I faded it in to the skinny part of the green, but it faded toward the wide part of the green. So as you can see, we've got about a 7-foot putt for birdie. So let's go. All right, so we want to break this down a little bit further for you guys. So just to begin with, in case you don't know what a fade or a draw is, okay? So for anybody, a draw draws toward you. So if you are a right-hander, the ball is going to draw to the left. Okay? If you are a left-hander, the ball is going to draw to the right because I'm lining up on this side, ball's drawing toward me. Now the opposite is for a fade. You think of Kobe on this one, okay? So fade away, okay? So for right-handers, ball's going to fade to the right, and left-handers going to fade to the left. So there's just a little bit of a just background on that. So why is it beneficial? Okay, so we've all, played golf and we've seen these greens that have narrow entrances and they've got hazards on either side and it's like, okay, I dare you to hit it at the pin and the pin's tucked somewhere in the back and you're like, okay, good luck. If I try hitting that straight, I'm either going to hit it in that bunker in front or I'm going to sail past it off into, out of bounds. And so, and so as you guys can see on the video that we previously showed, this green had a very narrow entrance, and it was very beneficial for a left-hander, me, to fade it into the green, and for a right-hander to draw it in there. And the reason for this is that the landing zone is a lot bigger, and your margin of miss is a lot smaller because the landing area is bigger. Whereas if you are to go right at the flag, your margin of miss, short or long, you're going to be in real big trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And so, maybe you could get away with not fading or not drawing the ball in a circumstance like this. Maybe if you're playing, a pitching wedge up to maybe an 8 iron. But where it gets kind of scary is if you have this small landing spot and you're hitting like a 5 iron, 6 iron, that is just going to run off the green and not stop on a dime.
Yeah. And we also play a link-style golf course, and so we don't have any trees on our golf course, right? And so for the most part, I haven't thought that shaping the shots was always super necessary, besides what he mentioned with like the sand traps. But we recently played a golf course that had a lot of trees, and I found quickly that yes, shaping shots is really important. But I have learned from a lot of different trainers who are like, just hit the ball straight. Because there are cases where hitting the ball straight is the thing to do, especially if you're trying to fade it and then it just goes straight and then you are going out of bounds or into that bunker or water hazard that you were trying to avoid in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a shot that you would need to practice for.
Oh,
sure.
Yeah, you got to practice it. And it does take some time. And there's simple ways to do it. There's a lot of different ways to do it. If Tiger would explain how he does it, it might just go right over your head. He does stuff with his wrists and the timing and the movement. Whereas I've seen Jason Day explain how he does it, and it's a lot more simple where he just moves his foot back, and then that changes his alignment, and then he keeps his club face open. Anyways, there's a little more to it. But shaping shots is pretty important, and what actually made me think it was even more important, believe it or not, was from playing a video game. The 2K21 video game. We have a video on that. You can check it out. We'll link to it. It's just a review of the video game. But on that game, I'm shaping shots all the time from the direction of the wind to get the ball to stop better. If I don't want to go in the water, I'm making sure I'm always going away from it with a draw or a fade. So there's definitely a lot of benefits to it. And we also have a video showing me doing a little draw on a par 3, and it was beneficial. There were 2 sand traps on the right side, and doing a draw in that circumstance was beneficial. But again, like Tyson said, you want to practice it, because if you mess that up and you just go straight, you're going right for that bunker.
Yep. So we kind of want to walk you through, a little bit how we set up for a draw or a fade.
Yeah.
And this can work both for right-handers and left-handers. So just kind of understand this is coming from a left-hander. We'll kind of explain for a right-hander as well. So as a left-hander, okay, if I want to draw the ball, okay, I want to aim my feet toward where I want the ball to draw from, and the club face to where I want the ball to end up. And so I guess that's really just kind of the same thing as, for right-handers as well. And so if this means you're doing a draw, that means that the club face is going to be a little bit more closed, but you're going to be swinging like you're going the other direction.
Yep.
Fade, the opposite, the club face is just going to be a little bit more open, and you're going to be swinging like you're going the opposite direction. Yeah. So, I mean, realistically, if you guys can practice this and master this shot, I'll tell you, it will get you out of some tricky situations. And the best part is these bunkers and these water hazards that are laughing at you saying, hey, come at me, you can say, no, I'll go around.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the benefits of shaping the ball. And so, right now, currently, I have a hard time drawing the ball. It's something that I'm working on. I can do the fade really well. And I think, Brady, it's the opposite. I think, tell us your experience with that.
I've recently made a lot of different changes to my swing, but drawing the ball is a lot easier. I used to be someone who sliced it all the time, and now I have a natural draw. And so in that video, I was able to easily manipulate the ball, and even more exaggerated when I set up for a draw. So it can just be different for everyone, also based on people's swing and how they line up.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this tip, if you'd like to hear anything else like this on our channel in the future.
Yeah.
Me and Brady are constantly trying to improve our game on the golf course, trying to make it a little bit easier, a little bit more fun. And we hope that this video helps you guys out. Make sure if you guys did like the video, hit that like button, subscribe, because we do upload golf content every week.
Thanks for watching.